Let's go to Edie, who's on the line in Frederick, Maryland. Edie, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
Good afternoon.
Hi, how are you, Edie?
How are you?
Well, I'm living the dream.
Good. Well, it was quite appropriate, the opening that you were just doing, because that's where I feel like I'm at right now in my life and career. I am an older work person in the workforce. How's that? Have had a long career, done a lot of different things. Currently a program manager for a large government contractor in the D.C. area. And, I've had a number of different jobs over the last few years, and a lot of it has to do with the fact that I'm finding this is just, I think I'm burnt out. And I keep trying to search for where's the right place for me to be. And I'm just not finding it. And I'm hoping maybe you can help me find some guidance, find some direction.
All right. So you have zero idea. If I could just pull you out of that current job and place you somewhere, you're telling me someone as sharp as you, as mature as you are, that you have no inkling of an idea?
I have an idea.
I want you to share that idea, and I want you to share it with some excitement, and don't be ashamed of it, and don't be intimidated by it. Say it. Go. Okay.
Being a program manager, a project manager, a lot of what we do is to organize and collaborate and smooth things over and, try to keep a team together and get to an end goal. And I really enjoy that part of my job. I really enjoy, the team building, the collaboration, when people's feelings are hurt or when something's going wrong, being able to restore that and make them feel better and help them believe in themselves. So when I look at how can I use those skills, I think I'd like to do it in the medical field somehow. I mean, I am in support of, pharmaceutical and, development type research projects, but I mean, truly being in the medical field, using these skills that I've honed over the years.
Yeah, I love this.
But I'm not quite sure where in the medical field.
Well, I'm not worried about the where. Let's make sure we know the why, and I think the where will develop itself. It's always why first. So let's stay right where you left us. Why the medical field? Why? What's drawing you to it? There's no wrong answer. Just let your heart go, Edie. Go.
Because at that point in people's lives, they're either vulnerable, scared, need somebody that they know is there for them, right? So
who's
maybe
they?
You're in a situation
I love what you're telling me. I love this. Who is it?
Okay.
Describe them.
They would be maybe a doctor or a nurse or somebody. There's a potential for this person to be getting some bad news. So if I can be the person that somehow is helping them and reassuring them and walking them through a process, it would be wonderful.
Okay.
It would just, I'm being selfish because it would make me feel better, even though my goal would be to help them.
Time out. You said the bad word. There's a few bad words on this show, and being selfish is a bad word. You're not being selfish.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm having fun, Edie. I'm really not upset.
Okay.
I'm having fun because listen, that's not being selfish. You wanting to make a difference in an area that you care about and using your skills to do so is not selfish. That is selfless. Okay. You understand? Okay. You shouldn't feel bad about that. All right. Now that we got that out of the way.
Okay.
Now, here's the deal. I don't know that I understand what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. Are you saying what is that role? You're counseling or guiding a nurse or a doctor when they get bad news? I'm not sure I understand that.
No.
The patient.
I would guess, it would be like a patient or, let me give you an example. And This is so far different from anything I've ever done in my career, but it just keeps coming to me. So maybe there's something in it.
You think?
Okay, let's say that there's an X-ray technician, right? And this person has an order from a doctor to go in and get an X-ray, and you're that technician. So you're guiding them through the process. You're helping them. You're reassuring them. You're like guiding them through that moment, but you're not the medical person. You're just the person that's helping, you're the person that's helping them, right?
Yeah.
So, I see myself in some kind of role using the skills that I have, being able to do that, but I haven't been able to define the job.
Okay. Well, because that's okay, but that's because you're locking yourself up. I think it's because of what you just revealed. So you've had this keep coming up in your mind, the example of being an X-ray technician where you have contact with the patient, and and they're in there and they're scared, aren't they? They're a little bit anxious, aren't they? And that appeals to you. And you're giving them some information. All right, let's take a look, and I'm going to do the X-ray. But there's a moment there where you can comfort them and help guide them and give them some helpful information. And for whatever reason, that X-ray technician role keeps popping up. You have to pay attention to that. But what I think's happened is that pops up and you go, oh, I'm too old to make the switch. And it's going to take too much time and too much money to get there. I'm guessing that's what keeps popping up. Correct?
Well, that's part of it. Not the old part. The old doesn't bother me because I hope I learn till the day I die.
Good. So what's bothering? Tell me what's the hurdle?
What does scare me, the hurdle is, and not even going back to school doesn't scare me. I love that.
Okay.
I make an extremely good salary, and I'm thinking of things to do that are probably less than half of what I make right now.
So start thinking of things. Well, wait a second.
Scary.
I know. I get that. Are you one income or two incomes?
Two income family.
Okay. So there's a couple ways to go about this. One, you could plan for this. You could save up, make some changes in your life to be able to absorb that change in salary. Or you start looking for some things that actually pay more. Because I think right now I think where you're at, you're in the full-on discovery stage, and I think you're close. I wouldn't say you're at the beginning of stage one, but you're in stage one of discovery, and I think you've got to free your brain a little bit and start doing just more homework and more research. You said you love to learn. I think you need to turn yourself into a student. And here are the two questions I want you to answer with reckless abandon over the next couple of days and weeks. Okay? Who do I most want to help? What problem do I most want to solve? These are the two questions that I ask callers all the time, and they are the absolute best questions in the world for getting clarity on passion. You know that you're good at organization. I actually wrote down on your passion side, team building, collaboration, and restoration, oddly enough.
Yeah.
And now you just went, And so that tells me that tracks with you. So I don't know if you want to be with patients, because you also, when you said restoration, you threw me for a loop this whole time. I've been waiting to throw this curveball back at you. But I don't know. I think you have to listen to that X-ray thing because I think it's a role that you go, oh, I love the idea. But I just wonder if I didn't pull you out of that contractor's role where you're doing nothing that excites you other than the occasional team building and build into somebody. I just wonder if the team building, collaboration, restoration thing is not a potential role just working with people in a company, in a corporate environment. Is it potentially HR, where you're doing the same thing as the X-ray technician? Maybe you're helping people, employees that are making bad decisions, and you're helping them get restored. Maybe maybe you are in healthcare, but instead of being in with patients, maybe in the room, maybe you're counseling patients' families who are at the hospital and they're scared and they're not sure how they're going to pay for stuff. I don't know. I just think you've got some more. I think you're close. But the sweet spot is where your greatest talent and greatest passion intersect. So if you look at what you do best and what you love to do most, then you write out that purpose sentence. And here's what I'm going to do, because you're so close, Edie. I'm going to put you on hold, and Madison is going to email you the first version. We're still in test mode, but it's fully functional, and it's the purpose sentence tool. And I'm going to walk you through on a PDF. She's going to email you an exercise. It's actually a Word document right now. And I want you to just follow my instruction and go back and look at things you do best, things you love to do most. We already discussed several of them. I want you to begin writing out a purpose sentence along with everything else I've just told you. And I think pretty soon you're going to get really, really clear on what it is that you want to do and where you want to do it. And I think there are elements of that X-ray thing that you got to pay attention to, but I don't think that's the whole picture. You enjoy pouring into people too much. So the question is, who do you most want to pour into? And what are you pouring in for? That gets back to those two questions. Who do you most want to help? What problem do you most want to solve? Stick with it, answer the questions, and you can get there.